Hey everybody, welcome to Reverse Homesteading. I thought I'd give you a little mini garden tour to show you close up what I'm actually planting, as I promised in my last video. It was an eagle eye view, so we'll do some close-ups now. Alright, so I've just planted this lovely frangipani. It's not a native frangipani, it's just the kind that most people would know. It's a white one with yellow in the centre. So that'll be a lovely little feature in the garden. Here are my Pioneer stringless beans from Yates, which were dragging on the ground. And I thought I'd give them a bit of time to see if they'd come a bit more upright. Yates plants are usually pretty good. The packet said it didn't need trellising. And I used to have some tender green green beans, I think from Mr. Fothergill, and they actually didn't need a trellis or a support of any kind. So there's a hot tip. You've got to get the right brand if you don't want to trellis your beans. They're bush beans, so they're just starting to give us beans now, which is great. I've planted out some borage there, and another little one there. So it's very glary today. If I'm not pointing exactly where I should be, that's why. It's hard to see the screen on my camera. This is a dwarf nasturtium. I've never had a dwarf one before, so that's been interesting. There's my port wine magnolia, waiting for a spot in the garden or a bigger pot. There's a Mejdal date in that pot with the red dragon fruit. The red ones are just super tasty. There's an autumn royal grape that I've just recently repotted. That was the one that was at a weird little angle when I purchased it, and it's fine now. Here's my Persian fig, which has recovered from scale bug. It's lost one more leaf. Maybe I'll give it a little bit more help, but yeah, it's mostly recovered. These are turtle beans or black beans, kinds that you put in burritos, and these covers are looking really messy because I've left them off. It's overcast today, and these were a little bit crumpled up, these beans, when I took them off yesterday and today, but they're looking a bit better now, and they're getting way too big for the covers. So if they look okay at the end of today, I might just put the smaller ones back under the covers and see if the slugs and snails leave them alone. Otherwise they might be okay to be out at night by themselves. They sound like a teenager, don't they? This is a Confederate rose, or a rose of Sharon. It's actually in the hibiscus family. The flower is a big fluffy, almost like a peony flower. So it's not a rose at all. It comes out white and turns light pink and then into a deeper sort of hot pink. Beautiful, beautiful plant. And if you're watching, my good friend, there is still a cutting coming. This is actually a cutting from the original plant, which I had to give away because I didn't have space for it. So yes, you will have one of these. You know who you are. Here's my mango, waiting for me to decide what to do with it, in a pot or in the ground. It will need a lot of frost protection. Here is my potato vine. It's got a little potato on it. How cute is that? Yeah, weird little thing. So apparently Indigenous people in Australia eat these, well, way back, and people in the far north of Queensland still eat them, I guess, if they're aware of them. That's my native currant that's also recovering from bugs. It had a really bad dose of really big aphids. And yeah, it's looking pretty good now. So yeah, I'll still have to keep an eye on that one. Here's my lemon verbena, little plant in here, waiting for I'm waiting to give it a good haircut, because then I'll get some lemon verbena tea. I'll dry the leaves just naturally in the air, and yeah, I'll have some lovely tea. But this will be a tea garden / herbal garden, because it's the closest to our steps to our home. This cardboard is covering up carrots on that side, some coloured carrots and some Kuroda carrots. There are Brussels sprouts directly planted here as a seed, so hopefully I'm not too late with getting those up. These small things planted are much the same. There's some leaf broccoli there. They're too big for their covers as well. But I've left the covers there in case I need to rush out and put the covers on if it's going to be very cold tonight. There's my stuffing capsicum or stuffing pepper. The plant itself has struggled a lot. It's been attacked by possums quite a bit. But now it's still flowering and trying to fruit in autumn or fall. Poor little thing. This is my Panama passion fruit, which is looking a bit sad because it had a lot of sun, and then I put it in the shade and probably had a bit of too much of both of those things. Here's my black currant, bull's blood, beetroot or beets as some people call them. I got those in a punnet for $2.49 on special. Martha Washington green asparagus. I don't have an asparagus bed done just yet. I'll do a video soon on my on unpacking all of my horseradish. Brain fade, trying to remember too many things at once. Yeah, because that's just bulging, ready to make horseradish out of that, which will be very tasty. I've got my pomegranate, my persimmon. This is a native frangipani, native Australian, beautiful scent. And over here we've got some coloured silver beet or chard, rainbow, and sunrise varieties. Sunrise is the yellow one. I've got some cabbages over there, over the back. Some more leaf broccoli, snowball cauliflower, so that matures very small so that you don't have too much pest pressure. Well, they can't get to them with the net, hopefully, anyway. And over there is a mini crunch and sugar loaf cabbage. Around this way we've got all of our garlic sprouting up in lovely little plants. Some borage there, some fennel. Sorry, that's dill, and some more dill. And our lovely potato plants. They only came up about 4 days ago, and look at them, they're just bursting out of the ground. I must be pretty happy. So yeah, pretty excited for that. They're Gippsland Gold variety, from a shop in the country that I go to every now and then when I visit relatives. So if you're going to grow things from the supermarket, do not sell them because legally you can't. Yeah, people have spent a lot of money to have those plants listed as their own, so don't do that. The only other plants I really have that I'm looking after at the moment are strawberries. Obviously the ivy still needs work, but we've done a lot of work, as you can see, on the back fence, clearing that of trees. So there were weedy trees that were allowed to cut down. My cuttings from a red dragon fruit. Sadly, the possum, I think, were shuffling things around when we were cutting trees. We only cut 3 trees down, and this was next to here, and it normally isn't. And I think these weren't here either. I put these here this morning when I took them off the beetroot. I think a possum just climbed up here and had a good old munch, so they're opportunists. So that's a bit sad because that nectarine wasn't eaten before, it was only the poor old apricot. Anyway, we have possums, so we will be a bit smarter next time, but otherwise this net on the ground was working quite well just to keep them away from the base of the tree. Anyway, the old story, huh? But thank you for coming along, hope that was helpful, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.